So we've had a request to talk about some of our gear. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over some of the things that we carry, some of our major pieces of gear. We're not going to go into detail about every little nitnoid piece of gear, but we want to do just kind of an overview. So one of our main pieces of gear is this trailer right here. It's a mesh bottom rather than a wood bottom because they were less expensive and the mesh bottom met our needs. 5x8, I believe it's got 14-inch tires, and this is our main transport unit for the scooter. It's got a couple latches on the back, and when you open those latches, you can drop the gate. So our primary piece of gear, of course, is the scooter. It's an AFACAM Model S. We specifically got the 24-inch seat so that it would be more comfortable. It's got a lock-in cargo container, but that container could easily be broken into, so we can't really trust it. It's also got basically a glove box, and we keep things like, radios, bug spray, and first aid kit in there so that it's always with us. It's got a top speed of about 10 miles an hour, and then it's got a setting so you can be on half speed, 3/4 speed, or full speed right here. Normally, when we're driving around, when we're backing up and such, we put it in half speed. I will occasionally put it in full speed just to get a little more inertia to get up that steep ramp. But you can see it fits in here nicely. And then I've got to put straps on it to make sure that it doesn't bounce around. So we picked up a toolbox container, and in that we keep our ratchet straps. You can also see down in there we have our new trailer that you're going to see later in the video. But I'm not going to assemble it just for this. We'll show it when we get to our destination and assemble it there. So the ratchet straps are just standard cargo ratchet straps. I put one around each axle, one in the front, one in the back, and I attach it to the connection points on the side of the trailer. That keeps the scooter from bouncing around when we're in transit. Wrap that around, connect it to itself. Take this part, over the axle, connect it on the far side. And tighten everything up. It's good and tight. Close this, make sure it's going to fit. Yeah, that should be fine. I always got to make sure there's room front and back for a little bit of movement because I don't want to damage the scooter with it banging into this or banging into that. This one's a little more complicated because the axle isn't straight, but I can just go over one side, go to the other side, go over that, and come back out. We had some work done to it recently, and I thought about asking the welder while he was welding things to just weld some easy to access rings. But we were already at our budget limit, so I just left it alone.
Maybe next month.
Maybe. I mean, it would make things a little bit easier, but not tremendously. And this gives us a good firm anchor point. You get this sucker tight, and it's not going very far. So our last piece of gear is this trailer. Now it's designed for a bicycle, and this connects to a small attachment that goes on the back wheel of the bike. However, last night I had a welder who put on a trailer hitch that will work with this trailer on the scooter so that the scooter can haul it. And that's part of what we're doing today. So for future endeavors, we can haul some gear. So if we're doing a longer trail, you'll hear more about that in a later video. I want to give a shout out to Lee at Aficum Scooters, to Tom at Tri-City Repair, and to Ben, the guy that put the trailer hitch on for us. They all did super work for us. Lee went above and beyond with making sure that the issues that we had with the scooter when we first got it were repaired. We'll see how well that works. And then Tom came out and did the initial work, and then he sent a couple other guys out later. But they were all just super helpful and excellent customer service. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. So here's the whole thing connected up. You can see it fits right in there, and looking at it, it lines up perfectly. He just did a really bang up job. So that's our stuff. That's our gear. You know, we've got lots of little other odds and ends, but these are the major pieces of gear that we need. And in future endeavors, you'll see how we utilize this trailer. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about our gear and how we made this happen. It took a lot of effort, you know. There was nobody in the yellow pages. I guess I'm dating myself by saying the yellow pages, but we couldn't find anybody who did custom modification work specifically for scooters. So we just had to find somebody that did welding, and as you can see, he did a bang up job. That looks like it was put there by the factory.